Well, tonight we're talking about Jurassic World Rebirth, of course. We're going to talk about that box office. We might talk a little bit about Glen Powell. We might talk about the home video release and some other things, all that and more. I am Brad Jost, and let's see if my buttons work tonight. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream here from the Jurassic Park Podcast. We are back. I don't think we did one last week. I don't feel like we did. I was under the weather, so I didn't get a chance to do a live stream or record for the Forcecast last week. So it was basically just me sitting at home. And now I'm ready. We're ready to talk Jurassic. I don't know what we're talking about really tonight, but we're gonna do it. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back and see everybody there in the chat tonight. I don't have my notes up. I've got nothing prepared really, but as always, we're just kind of winging it here. I've been told recently on YouTube to be more professional and to that I don't know what I'm talking about. And why do they let me do this? Nobody's letting me do anything. I'm just here on my own volition, just talking silently in my basement. Not silently, it's kind of out loud. But I'm just talking quietly in my own room here, okay? I'm just doing this to make my own self happy. But anyway, I hope everybody else out there is having a good time. Let's see who's here tonight. We've got Steve here in the chat. What's up, Steve? Good to see you. And we've got Nikolai. Hello, how you doing? Welcome back. We got Jurassic Souls back once again. Good to see you, Souls. Has it been a minute? I feel like it's been a minute, maybe. And we've got Jurassic Park Workers Union 1993. Got the SDCC set today. Wow, that is a quick turnaround. I gotta say, that's a good job on Mattel or whoever's sending them out. That's pretty cool. World of Jurassic made it just in time. Welcome. Chewy's here. How's it going? Let's see. We got Shane White here. Jurassic World Rebirth made $723 million at the box office. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in just a minute here. Oh, thank you, Jurassic Souls, so much. I appreciate you each and every day. Thank you so much for being you and helping to support the channel. I appreciate it. It's expensive to run this thing. Jurassic World Rebirth fan, hi. How you doing? Good to see her. Hi. Wait, here's another one. Hi. Again. And wait, here's another one. Hi. So many highs. One suffice. That's fine. But welcome, everybody. It's time to talk some Jurassic. So let's go over to the website real quick. Showcase what we were talking about this week. Actually, this week was a month's old episode. So I had the chance to talk about Jurassic World Rebirth with Jay Jurassic directly after seeing Rebirth for the very first time back on June 23rd. So we hit the mics as soon as we got home, both of us. And I feel like I was kind of like bringing down the conversation, so I held on to it for a little while, and I didn't release it right away. It just didn't feel right to put out there at as soon as the movie came out or even before the movie came out. So I held on to it for about a month and finally put it out there. And it's a little negative. It's not like super negative or anything, but I just felt for my standards, it was a little bit negative. So, and if you've watched these live streams, you understand where I'm at. So it's just more of the same. But yeah, there you go. Episode 422 with Jay Jurassic. At least I know Jay really loved the movie. But why do I feel like really low tonight? I don't know, maybe adjust the camera. I got my Velocicoaster shirt on. Is this the grand opening shirt? I don't know. I got it during. Oh yeah, it is. Grand opening 2021. Man, it was that long ago. Whew, that was a while ago. Anyway, why is like this part of my head like showing up very red? Anyway, I'm distracted all the time. Let's see. Maybe I'm not professional. Am I supposed to be more professional? Is that what I've been doing wrong? I knew something was wrong. Oh yeah. And Steve listened to Real Fans for Real Movies podcast. I don't have that up here. Maybe I should have. RF4RN. Let me grab that. What podcast? Let me throw podcast on there. Here we go. Open in a new tab. All right, go listen. That's not the podcast. What happened? What did I click on? Why is it not coming up? All right, here we go. Let's try now. No? Still nothing? Open a new tab. What are we doing here? I don't know. Bear with me. Anyway, what I was trying to say, here it is. I think this should be it. Finally. All right, so here we go. Here's the podcast that I was on recently, a guest of my buddy Andy. He hosts the show Real Fans for Real Movies, and we did an episode 12 Great Summer Movie Songs. The top episode right there, July 11th. I'm on that with my co-host from Grim Grinning Hosts, and we talked about the 12 best movie summer songs that we can come up with at that point. So please go listen to that podcast. Go give it a listen. Let them know that you enjoyed the show, and yeah, I hope you like it. It's a fun episode. So go check that episode out. Steve listened to it, and that's cool. And Nikolai says, I enjoyed listening to that episode. It was a good retrospective after seeing the film about 3 times. Yeah, so that episode was interesting because I feel like my thoughts with Jay, my thoughts haven't really changed. I've straightened out some details here and there, but my thoughts really haven't changed since that episode 1 month ago. After seeing it 3 times now, I don't feel like my thoughts have really changed. But yeah, that's a good point. How many times has everybody seen it? Nikolai's seen it 3 times. Souls, I'm interested to see how many times you've seen it, because I feel like we saw it together. It was probably your second time at that point. My second time. Was it my second time? I think so. Maybe. Or was that the last? No, I think I have seen it one more time since then. So that was my second time. I had to, so I saw it in just like a regular format for that screen unseen. It was kind of like not great audio. Screen was fine. It felt like, I don't know, that first viewing, it felt like it wasn't fully crisp. I don't know if everybody who saw it with the screen unseen felt that way, but like, it felt like not super crisp. So I don't know. I was going into it like feeling weird about the experience that I was having with the sound issue and the screen. The second one was that one in New York City. As Souls can attest, it was a great sound system and great screen. It looked fantastic. Everything sounded fantastic. And I definitely enjoyed it more that second time. The third time, I took my nephew and my son to go see it at a Dolby screening. And there was a bit of distraction in the theater, but it was, Dolby's great. So I had to go see it in Dolby before Superman came out. Since then, seen Superman, seen Fantastic Four. I saw, what do you call it? Happy Gilmore, dude. That movie disappointed me beyond belief. And I've talked to a few people who are like, yeah, it was fine. It was, you had a good time with it. And I'm like, I don't understand how anybody had a good time with that movie, because Happy Gilmore 2 was maybe the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know. Before that, I would have said License to Wed. That was a movie I went to go see in theaters for some god awful reason. I have no idea. But I saw that one in theaters, and that was one movie where I was like, I might have to walk out. Another one would have been The Happening. That movie was also awful, but I've since come to appreciate it as a comedy and not really what it was intended, I guess. I don't really know what he was intending with that one, but The Happening, also absolutely awful. And Happy Gilmore 2 was just terrible. I'm a huge fan of the first movie. Second one was just terrible. But anyway, I feel like right now I'm like, am I struggling to like enjoy these things that I used to like? Is that a problem? Because I'm like, Jurassic was like a struggle for me. A little bit. I mean, I enjoy the movie, but I struggle with a lot of the concepts there. Happy Gilmore, I'm like, that was just god awful. And I'm like, do I want to go to Horror Nights this year? I'm like struggling like to figure out all these things that like bring me joy. Are they going to bring me joy this time around? Am I getting too old for all this? I have no idea. But Souls has seen the movie 8 times. I love that enthusiasm. Maybe we can talk about it sometime. I'd like to get your thoughts more. Yeah. And I mean, Chewy's seen it twice, but planning for 2 more. You know, I was driving today and I was like, should I go see the movie again? I was like really considering it. I'm like, should I go see it? Because I know a lot of you, like Caleb and Souls here, you know, like going to see the movie 10, 8 times, however many times, just as many times as possible. I can do that because I have A-list, but I really kind of tap out at like 3. 3 is usually like my limit. I feel like every big movie that I've seen, like every movie, not big movie, but every movie that's made an impact on me, I've seen it like 3 times, like Avengers Endgame and Infinity War and Jurassic World. All the Jurassic Worlds, I saw them 3 times, I believe. You know, the Star Wars movies, like I saw them a lot, I think mostly all 3 times. And I feel like it's that first viewing is always tough because the hype is like really hard to like contain. And sometimes you miss a lot or you don't appreciate it for what it is. The second time is like, all right, now I can kind of expect what's about to happen here. So let me calm down a little bit. The third time for me is always like, all right, now let me start to pick things out that I really enjoy and start to find like little tidbits and things. Listen to that score quite a bit. Really focus in on the things that I wanted to focus in on. So for me, that third time is always the one. But you know, I don't know if I had more time, I would maybe go see them more. Steve has only seen it twice, hoping for 4, but may only get to see it 1 more. You did not like The Happening, I'm assuming. That movie is just like, I don't even know what it's trying to do. And I love M. Night's movies for the most part. I like them all, so yeah. Yeah, Swerve's seen it 20 times. I mean, like, that's just like, do something else. Swerve, go do something else with your time. Hey, you know what, Swerve? Go touch grass. No offense. I'm just telling you, that's a lot of times, dude. That's a lot of times. Clip it. Send it. I don't care. I'm not being mean. I'm just saying, touch grass. You know what? Speaking of supporting the box office, Chewy, the other day I had tickets to Fantastic Four, and I realized I couldn't go, and I forgot to cancel my 3 seats on opening night. And I'm sure the people next to those 2 seats, those, you know, end seats there would have been like, yeah, this is great. We got nobody next to us. But I didn't appreciate it because I spent 40 something bucks on nothing. I didn't go. So I bought more tickets for like a Sunday or whatever, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna waste these ones. But yeah, I was supporting the box office twice there for actually I bought 7 tickets total because I bought 3 initially and then I upped it to 4 the next time. So bought a lot of tickets for Fantastic Four. Yeah, it would be fun to have Swerve on. I've never like actually talked to Swerve. I know Swerve was in the chat one time, I don't know, a few times maybe. But the time, it's always the time difference. Steve, you might be in that time difference as well. I'm not sure, but it's always tough with people in like the UK and everything because obviously it's like 2 in the morning or something like that right now. 2, I don't know, somewhere around there. It just makes it very difficult to have like late night conversations. So I always have to find like some random time during the day if possible, or weekend or whatever. But yeah, going alone definitely makes it more affordable. And I before I had kids, I would go a little bit more. I'd like go after work or something, and on the way home I'd stop at a theater and just go see something by myself. But I really haven't had the opportunity to do that too much because I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to come home, but like, oh, I've got like a bunch of games to go to, or, we got to take care of the kids and get the dinner and stuff like that ready. So it always makes it a little bit tougher these days, but I try to go as much as I can. And we do tend to go to the movies like as a family, like at least, once a weekend for the most part. So I feel like I do take advantage of my A-list. If you don't have A-list or one of those programs, they're pretty much worth it. So I enjoy A-list. Yeah, I mean, Texas is not you, Steven. Steve, Jedi Jarvo. But 8:25 in Texas, hey, it's earlier for you than it is for me. Look at that. It's 9:26 here. So you got some more time in your day. But yeah, and this is as like early as I can get down here to start recording because of the putting kids down for bed and stuff like that. So, but yeah. Yeah, and Jurassic Souls is on Letterboxd as well, so we're all getting those reviews in, writing reviews constantly. You can check out my half-star review for Happy Gilmore 2. And then like I don't know if I put like 4 or 4.5 for like the first movie, so I don't know. I really like that first one. Anyway, what do we got to talk about tonight? Let's talk about the box office. Let's actually do it. Because we got so sidetracked. Let's go to Jurassic World Rebirth. Boom. The box office is listed currently via the numbers. Let's give a reload just in case it's changed. But I don't know if it changed. Maybe it did. So far, worldwide box office, according to the numbers, is $721 million. So, yeah, that's pretty good. It's, of course, far below the other movies. And in my mind, I've been saying that Jurassic's going to tap out at like the 700 mark. So we are there. And I think it's got a little bit more legs, of course, because it has not opened yet in Japan. And I did go back. I didn't do it here, but I did previously go back to like the numbers for Japan and for like Jurassic World Dominion, and it did come out. I think it was like 46 million. I think it made or so. So I don't know if it's going to do the same kind of numbers somewhere in that range, but we could be over the 800 and somewhere in there before we tap out here. But I think we're hitting the peak here. Or I guess we've probably gone beyond the peak at this point, but let's see. The numbers is great because it kind of breaks everything down. So you can see those first few days, 30 million, 25 million, 26 million. And then now, July 29th, what was that? Yesterday, you got 2 million. So, and it's still steadily making more millions than I expected. I feel like it's doing a little bit more than I expected. So yeah, I mean, it's 2 days ago was 1 million, so that's probably the lowest we've seen so far. But for the past, few weeks or so since Superman came out, we've been kind of in that just like 4 to 6. There was a 9 million in there, 7 million. But we're kind of in that 4 million range for the time being. So, it's still chugging along. It's definitely still chugging along. And I think it's got a little bit more legs, not billion-dollar legs. Of course, things could change with Japan. It could get up there, but I don't think it's going to get like 100 million or anything like that. Probably top out 50 or so. I don't know. But I do find it interesting that, there still is no IMAX release. And I don't know. I haven't heard anything about an IMAX release. But if they do want to get a little bit of extra legs out of this, they could go ahead and release it at some point in IMAX, if possible. I don't know. But that would be interesting if they did want to get a little bit of a boost out of it, because I think enough people would want to go see it in IMAX to say, hey, I finally got to see it in IMAX. Even though if you're going to AMC, it's a Limax, not an IMAX. But I'm going to tell as many people as I can that it's a Limax, because it's definitely not a true IMAX. There is, I think, a true IMAX in AMC in New York City at the Lincoln Square place. I've been there a few times. It's actually a really good theater. But outside of that, it's pretty much Limax. But anyway, Nikolai is saying I think it might end around $790. Yeah, I mean, it could be. It could be. Who knows how long it's going to run for. It's definitely going to be in theaters for a little bit longer. And I think, we can talk about it in the next story, but I don't know that the next story will really have too big of an impact on that. But, who knows? Let's see what everybody's saying here. Jurassic Souls has Cinemark. Was thinking of A-list. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure it depends on where you're at and like what's closest to you. Unfortunately, the closest movie to me is a Regal, and it's literally like one of the most old school kind of Regals. And I'm not gonna pick up like the Regal membership for that. I don't even know what they have, but I don't even go to that theater. I'll literally drive 30 minutes to one theater, 50 minutes to another, 45 to 50 minutes to another theater. So I'll go to 3 separate AMC theaters that are 30 to an hour away before I would even drive 2 minutes to Regal, because I want a little bit better of an experience. I want to be able to go to that Dolby theater or the IMAX, the Limax. But yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, and the thing is, Tom doesn't do these recordings with me at nighttime. So, yeah, all these recordings we do with Tom are, weekends or whenever we can fit him in, but not during the night. So Tom's a sleepy boy. He's sleeping right now. He goes to bed early. People were clapping. I feel like a lot of people have been clapping recently, just in general. And it was funny because I was watching Fantastic Four the other day, and I'm not like a clapper or anything, but I looked over at my son when that movie ended, and he was clapping so enthusiastically, like literally giving it his all, like, and I'm like, whoa, dude, like, where did this come from? He was so excited at the end of that movie. Granted, it was his first Marvel movie in theaters, so he was probably a little bit more hyped and everything, but I've been finding that like clapping is happening a lot more. So yeah, for me, it was always like Star Wars. Pretty much like Star Wars, I would clap. I'd be so excited. I'd be like, in the movie, when the credits, the crawl starts, I'd be like, woo, like actually like cheer, like, not like, I'm not going to turn it into Minecraft experience, but, get a little bit excited. But yeah, I that's exciting that people are still clapping and really enjoying the movie. So, it's interesting though, because like if you, for instance, let me go ahead and do it. I don't know if I actually did it right here. Yeah, here. So, all right. So I had typed in Jurassic World before. Let's go back to page 1. So I just found this very interesting because as I do this setup for these live streams, I just basically Google. I'm like, all right, let me see what's going on. If I remember something, I'll just type it in or whatever. But for a lot of times, I'm just Googling Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Rebirth, whatever the current movie is. But I just found it interesting that so many of these articles are so drastically different. So let's go through them real quick. All right, so IGN, 1 month ago, Jurassic World Rebirth review. Better off extinct. Yikes. Better off extinct. Now, I didn't really, fully love the movie, but I wouldn't say better off extinct. Whatever this website is, Jacobin, it's nothing. Who cares? But it says, if you go see Jurassic World Rebirth, that's on you. Dude, these people are so mean on these titles. Let's see what else we got. Jurassic World Rebirth finally killed dinosaur movies for me, from USA Today. New York Times, who cares? Jurassic World Rebirth review. Wonder gone extinct. Hey, pure wow, whatever that is. I watched Jurassic World Rebirth and only had one complaint. What a weird title, but okay. Here we go. Jurassic World Rebirth injects new life. Oh yeah, this actually, I did get a press release about all of this stuff, and I found pretty interesting. But I didn't record last week, so I didn't actually report on it. But I did get this in my email box as well. That Universal seems pretty hyped on what Jurassic World Rebirth is doing for the franchise. I don't know if it's just like a push for their streaming service, because they were getting some bad press like in the past week or so because of Peacock raising their prices. It's now kind of like on par or more expensive or whatever than like Netflix. And that just doesn't feel right? I feel like Peacock should feel like it has lesser of a value than something like Netflix. But, there's good content on there as well. But, and I know they just recently had all of the movies. I think they're all moving to Netflix like tomorrow or sometime in the next day or so. But yeah, so they one thing that I noted that they talked about though was that Jurassic World Dominion, the last movie in the franchise, gained a boost of 186% in their viewing hours. So that's kind of wild. That's a lot. I don't know what that equates to. It's kind of hard to say. It could have been like 1 hour, and now it's got 186 hours. I don't know. It could have been nothing. But I don't know if that math checks out, by the way. I have no idea. I don't understand math. But whatever the case is, you could be sleeping smarter and living better with a Galaxy Watch 8. Anyway, no, but I think that's a cool metric, at least. 186 boost in viewership. That means, and to me, they're signaling like an excitement in Jurassic World Dominion, which is like the exact opposite of what Rebirth is doing. It's trying to dispel everything that happened before it in a lot of ways, saying nobody cares about all that stuff, and now we're moving forward. We're kind of forgetting that whatever we left everybody off with in Dominion, and we're doing something new. But when people go back to Dominion after watching Rebirth, general audiences, I wonder what that feeling is. General audiences don't probably care about all the stuff that I'm annoyed with the movie, so they might not really care about those connections or see those connections or think that there are any disconnections. But I wonder what that experience is like, going from, okay, wow, the dinosaurs are dying off after one movie, after 3 years or whatever it's been. 3 years. And all of a sudden, again, people don't care about dinosaurs again. So I wonder what that experience is, going back to Rebirth or going back to Dominion and seeing kind of the excitement that the world could have had for dinosaurs in the wild, and and seeing where we left off with Grant and Ellie in the park in Washington, and having that whatever that dinosaur was right there, forget at the moment, but somebody else tell me in the chat, but seeing that stuff change from movie to movie. I wonder what that experience is like for the 186% boost, you know? But I feel like it shows some signs of love for Dominion. I wonder if they're questioning distancing themselves so much. Probably not. They're probably just like, hey, whatever. It got us some new views. But yeah. They said Jurassic World Rebirth is a true summer blockbuster event, driving audiences to theaters, and we're thrilled to see them craving even more from this beloved franchise on Peacock as the streaming home of the Jurassic Empire. Until, like, literally tomorrow or whatever it is. Because I think I just saw, where was it? I don't know. I clicked on it earlier, but I think it was from like Collider or something like that. I don't know where it was. Oh, it was this. Yeah, it was this one. Hang on your butts. August will be a fantastic month for Jurassic Park fans. Netflix is going all out next month for U.S. subscribers, and we're loving it. So it says the streaming service announced a ton of amazing titles. Among the older titles are 3 iconic films from the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World franchise. It says on August 1st, the Jurassic Park trilogy will arrive on Netflix. So, dude, it's so annoying. It's so annoying, dude. You're going to raise the price on Peacock, and then days later after that press release saying this is the streaming home of Jurassic, they're going to Netflix. I'm assuming they're leaving Peacock. Usually that's the way that these deals work. They're licensing it out to Netflix, making some money, whatever. But I don't know. It's just weird. Bronto brachiopada. Yeah, that's one of those things. You know? You got to make peace with some of these choices. And I don't know, like, I feel like with Colin, like, we at least had somebody to, like, hear and sit down, like, in an interview and really talk about all these changes, and really, like, at least tackle these questions, like, kind of head on. I don't know that we're going to be getting that kind of stuff from, like, Gareth or Frank Marshall. I think they're going to be skirting around a lot of these kinds of questions, and it really... You know, it goes back to what they did at the Collider event, and it was like Perry Nemiroff really tried to ask about what was the idea for the D-Rex and, like, what was it made from in world? Like, in world, when the scientists are making the DNA and they're, like, cooking up stuff in their labs, what things did they cook together and mix in the melting pot there? And Gareth, you know, just was like, well, it was Rancor and Alien and, a T-Rex and some other stuff. And we're like, no, that's not the answer we want. We want, was this before the Indominus? Where did the Scorpius Rex fit into this timeline? Yeah, and I would love to ask, somebody like Scott Kramer that question once season 4, is it season 4? Whatever that season is, once that rolls around, and we'll talk to him. But, like, you know, as invested and as hands-on as he is, I still don't feel like we'd get that, like, thorough response, because Universal is so disconnected, I feel like, in a lot of ways from what's going on in, like, the TV show, that, like, Frank Marshall probably has no clue what's going on there. So, yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, I definitely am interested to hear, like, Scott's take on Rebirth and, like, how it could be something that they could work on, you know? Anyway, just drinking my coffee. But this is the kind of stuff you roll across, you like find when you're scrolling through the internet. It's going to be a fantastic month for Jurassic Park fans. But anyway, what were we talking about? We were talking about the box office. So a few tangents there, but 721 million, pretty good numbers. But with a lower, what do you call it, budget on this movie, a little bit lower budget, like, is this going to be enough? What is Universal feeling? I feel like based off that press release, they feel pretty excited, but are they really just trying to boost more people to the theater? I wonder, At the end of the day, like, summer box office wise, not counting like Lilo and Stitch, but like everything from Rebirth on, Rebirth's taking the cake, and it's definitely winning out. I don't really see Superman or Fantastic Four really touching what Jurassic's doing. Of course, like it's doing better than. Actually, let's see what How to Train Your Dragon's doing. Yeah, it's doing better than How to Train Your Dragon. It's probably doing better than Mission Impossible. Oh yeah. And let's see. All right, so I know Lilo and Stitch is over $1 billion, but it's been out for a little bit longer. But it's just barely. It's got that Dominion leg, right? Like Dominion kind of just barely got over that. That's like another 18 million over, but I forget what Dominion ended up at. There was another big one before that. I don't know. But anyway, Superman, Fantastic Four. Let's see what Fantastic Four. I clicked on the wrong one, but let's see what Fantastic Four is at after one weekend. 200 million. Superman, 500 million. So, yeah. So we're definitely taking most of the numbers there. So it's a good chunk for Jurassic, but still not going to be up to par with a lot of the other movies. But anyway, let's move on to or away from the box office, and let's talk about the home digital release. So we did report on this previously. Oops, I just clicked onto something else. We did report on this in a previous week or so, but there's just some more information here from Forbes. Not really more information, but more confirmation, I guess you can say. Let's see. It says, oh my God, it's the synopsis and the synopsis again and again and again. So it says, maybe this is literally just the same thing, but when to stream. Maybe that's the same thing that we reported on before. I don't know. But they're saying that PVOD early next month, arriving digital platforms August 5th. So, yeah, you could be seeing this real soon. Will you be buying it in just a matter of days? Well, how many days is that? Like 6 days away or something like that? Today is the 30th. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So next Tuesday, you could potentially own Jurassic World Rebirth already. I'm interested in it. I feel like there was something going around today or so about like a bonus edition or something like that could have some more stuff, but I'm very interested to see what kind of special features this movie comes with. I would love to see, some of those deleted scenes, and I don't expect that we'll get the extended cut or anything like that. Dominion really, I don't know, like I really love the extended version of Jurassic World Dominion, and I think it really adds a lot of value to that movie. So I would love to see them do that. I think that would be fantastic if they did want to. But according to Gareth, it really wouldn't even really amount to all that much if there was. So I don't really feel like they will go that route. But I do expect to see them at least on like special features and stuff like that. So hopefully there's some good documentation of like how they made the movie. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm excited. Find out very, very soon. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Christopher asks, have you heard if they greenlit the Rebirth sequel net? No, I haven't heard anything. You would know. We'd all know at the same time. But yeah, I have not heard anything about that yet. I wonder what they're waiting for. Sometimes it can take a little while, especially if they're not really hitting that $1 billion mark. It's it's doing well. You know, it's definitely over. It's well over $500 million at this point, but yeah, it just doesn't. It's not driving that same excitement. So I wonder when, or if, you know, I wonder. I don't know. I think they've got enough excitement from this movie that they could try to nail down somebody like Jonathan Bailey and just try to get him back in another quick, cheap sequel. Because they know it works. Like, the formula does work for whatever they did do very quickly in Rebirth. So they could turn it around, another one in another 3 years again, or less even. They could turn it around in a year and a half, apparently. But we'll see. Nikolai's definitely getting digital version as soon as I get home from work on Tuesday. Yeah, I don't know. I probably will wait for the physical release. I'll probably wait for the physical release because I don't know. I do like to have that 4K digital release, or, you know, the 4K home release. I wish they would, like, I've been wanting this for years now, but like, I wish they would let you buy the DVD, you know, from like Best Buy or Target or wherever, Walmart. And then I wish they would like email you the digital code so that you could then watch it at home when it does come out digitally. I really wish that would be a thing, but it's not a thing. So, but I would love that to be a thing. So streamers and DVD sites, get that in order, because I want to be able to like buy the physical copy and not have to buy digital and physical if I want both, you know, if I want it right now versus waiting another month or whatever it is. So we'll see when it actually hits the streets there for the DVD, but I'll probably be waiting for that. Since it's not like a movie I'm like exceptionally hyped about, but we'll see. Maybe my thoughts will change next week. But let's go to the next article here. This is from Glen Powell a few days ago. This is I don't know. We had heard a little bit about this before, about turning down a Jurassic Park or Jurassic World Rebirth role. But there wasn't really much information, but it sounds like, you know, it was just something that he just didn't envision himself in. And I think this was like previously, because I remember this quote before. It's like, sometimes you've got to close your eyes, put yourself in that movie, and you're like, no, I would not be good in this movie, he explained. Tyler from Twisters explained. Now it says he was reportedly in talks to play Dr. Henry Loomis in the sequel. There's somebody better that's going to breathe more life into this, or can do a better job than I can. And you just have to be realistic about that. Sometimes you put yourself out of a job, but that's okay. So yeah. Maybe he means extinct if he puts himself out of a job. Yeah, so there we go. A little bit more confirmation about playing Dr. Henry Loomis. Can you see it? I think it would have been a little much to go right off the back of Twisters and then sticking with another Universal, you know, hype project with Jurassic, and then going from like just franchise to franchise. Now he is kind of still doing that because he's doing like Running Man now. So that's not really like franchise. It's just more of like a remake kind of thing. But yeah, I think, you know, he's a great, I like watching him. He's a great guy to watch. Twisters is awesome. Would he have worked as Dr. Henry Loomis? I mean, he does play a very scientific kind of guy, even though you don't really feel like he is, right, in Twisters. But he does actually have a little bit of a meteorology degree. So, yeah, you could see him as Martin Krebs. I don't know. I guess I could, but I really like Rupert Friend as Martin Krebs. But Tyler Owens, could I see Tyler Owens with glasses chewing some mints. A little bit too hard. Just the worst scene in one of the movies. Any of them. Any of the Jurassic movies. Just the guy crunching down on some mints. Yeah, I don't know. I like Jonathan Bailey in that role. I like Jonathan Bailey. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. But you know what? Glenn, he's been in Jurassic before. He's in Camp Cretaceous. So let's get Camp Counselor Dave. He's like doing the beats and stuff like that. He's like, yeah. What I forget what he does in that. What was that thing? Maybe I have the audio here. Let me see if I can find it. Audio files. Where did I have that? Chaos Theory. That's Chaos Theory. Do I have the Camp Cretaceous old? Chaos Theories? No. It's probably in my random audio, maybe. No? I don't know. Man, I wish I knew where that audio was because it's so funny. The Dave specials, yeah. I wonder if it's in here. Random audio. No. I used to play that audio like all the time. I wonder what I did with it. Camp Cretaceous. I wonder if I moved it to like a hard drive or something like that. Camp Cretaceous intro. No, that's an intro. Man, what did I do with Dave? I mean, that was Dave, but not the right audio. I'm sure you guys didn't hear that, but anyway, I don't know. Man, I lost it. I guess I lost it for good. This is what camp's about. Who's with me? Anyway, let's move on. Was there anything else? No, I think that was about it. Yeah, that's probably it. It's so funny. It's when Roxy is on repeat Dave's name and gets that thing out of my face. Yeah, I don't remember where I put that audio, but let's see, Camp Cretaceous. I don't know. Well, we'll never know what I did with that audio. I don't know what's happening right now. Maybe it's back. I don't know what happened. But I think we made it back, so hopefully you guys refresh your screens there. But anyway, since we're hanging out here for a little bit longer, I appreciate you all sticking around. And please make sure to go to... Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I don't know what happened, but we're back. Somehow we lost the feed and we came right back. I don't even know what happened, what caused that. But anyway, try not to do stuff like that again. making my computer think too much. This computer's old. It's going to break soon. But let's go back to the website. Please go check out that episode. Let me know what you think. And also, I do want you to please go let us know, because I want more audio for the Jurassic mailbag. We're going to be doing a mailbag recording tomorrow. So get me your mailbag thoughts, short thoughts, questions, any kind of questions you have in relation to anything Jurassic, the new movie, the upcoming games, the upcoming whatever. I don't know. Anything. If you have any questions about how anything in Jurassic relates to anything at all, if you just want to say hi, just want to know what's up, say what you're feeling, just give a call to 732-825-7763. You can also send us those MP3s to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com. Now, again, these are for the Jurassic mailbag, so try to keep them a little bit shorter than usual. The 3-minute is like the peak. That's all. I really want to air there. So, let me know what you think. You can also just write an email. I'll read it on the mailbag. I can even do that. So please just send in your thoughts, your feelings. Just say hello if you want to, and I'll read those with Jen. Jen will be there on the Jurassic mailbag. So I'm excited to get back there into the episode with Jen and talk about what we think about Rebirth and hear what she has to say, and then talk with all of you. So please let me know what your thoughts and feelings are on any of this stuff going on. Theme parks, video games, toys. What do you want for the next movie? If there is a next movie, what do you want from a TV show? We can talk about excuse me, still coughing a little bit. We can talk about spin-offs of the movie and say comic books and video games. What kind of things do you want to see from Rebirth, in the future? So please let us know. And yeah. And unfortunately, you won't be hearing the Forcecast just yet. Because we were supposed to record tonight, but Ryan is on his way home. So hopefully we get a chance to record by next week. Otherwise, I'm going to be away, so it's like a whole thing. But yes, the mailbag is coming. I was going to look for the Jurassic mailbag audio, but I decided against that. So that would probably send this thing flying off the handle again. But the Jurassic mailbag's coming back. Who knows for how long, but we're back for an episode at least. I'm excited to finally be doing that again. So please let me know your thoughts and feelings. And yeah, that's all I really got for you. Again, go subscribe to the newsletter, JurassicParkPodcast.com/newsletter. You can do that, and then go find the Jurassic Park Podcast on, I didn't. On Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts, and of course the Forcecast as well. Our last episode was about all those Emmy nominations and actually about David Cornsweet, who is a huge Star Wars fan. And then Grim Grinning Host, we just recorded again today. We talked about Halloween Horror Nights, so go check out that episode when that does air, hopefully in the next few days or so. But we also recently talked about things we love about Epic Universe. And again, real fans for real movies. We talked about the 12 great summer movie songs that you can hear on that episode. So please go check out that episode. And again, if you're on Peacock, we were talking a lot about Peacock, go watch The Unknown Story, Jurassic Park, Season 1, Episode 8. I am on that episode talking about Jurassic Park. I am on Peacock, guys. So please go watch the Jurassic Park episode of The Unknown Story. I'll be on there. But I appreciate you all watching tonight. Sorry for whatever glitch just happened there. Hopefully you all have a good night, and I'll see you all next week. So stay safe, be kind, and as always, enjoy.